We are here. We are in it. Welcome to the Kaiju Lounge. I'm your boss, Monster Noah Waterman. I realize that's all playing, not for you guys. The music's still playing for me, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that stuff down. Perfect. All right, guys, how's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to the Kaiju Lounge. I'm your boss, Monster Noah Waterman, your home for humor, opinions, and nerd shit. We are live. It's been a crazy week. In the past week in gaming, all sorts of stuff have been going down. I think everyone can hear me okay. I'm just double checking. Yeah, my audio levels will be fine, so we should be working here. Good stuff. Good stuff this past week. Hope everyone's doing okay. It's Labor Day. I don't know what everyone else has been up to. Hopefully, barbecuing up a storm. Hopefully you've spent time celebrating the labor unions with your loved ones, relaxing, throwing back a couple beers, enjoying sort of the last final vestige of summer before the heavy weight of fall and eventually winter crashes down upon all of us. It's a little different for those of us on, where I'm at, where we actually have seasons. Yeah, but I think we're doing good. I'm feeling good. The second episode, doing the Kaiju Lounge, this sort of makeshift wannabe late night gaming show. That's the style at least, and the response so far has been pretty good. I've been pretty happy about everything that's gone down so far. So we're just going to hop on into it, guys. We've got a couple things going on today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Sonic the Hedgehog and the allegations that pixel art is for Sonic no more. We're going to be reacting, excuse me, a little bit of a burp there. I was drinking all day today. We'll be reacting a little bit to the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct. That one happened earlier this week. We're going to watch through all that, give our comments, give our thoughts, laugh, joy, fun. Of course, lots of Starfield. That's probably the big news of the week. I don't know how many of you guys are out there right now playing Starfield. Got that early access. I jumped on that. So we're going to talk about, that's going to be a whole own thing. All the various Starfield news that happened leading up to release day. And at the end of the stream, we're going to play a little Starfield. I kind of kicked the game off on my own time so that you didn't, no one wants to see everyone do the same opening 3 hours. So we're going to close out the show by just doing a little bit while it's still fresh and not everyone has it yet. And then kind of go from there. So before we get into any of that, before we talk Starfield and Mario and Sonic and anything else those things entail, guys, we have a little news of the week. Look at that animation. Oh, guys, I've done an upgrade right here. Let's hop into it. First off, console pass prices undergo changes. Try saying that 5 times fast. Microsoft has removed the option to sign up for a 14-day trial of Game Pass for $1 just over a week ahead of Starfield's release. How oddly convenient. You can still get the 14-day free trial through the friend referral system. So, of course, we remember we had a lot of people were taking advantage of this. You can go ahead and sign up for Game Pass for $1. Used to be you do it for 30 days, and you do a 14-day trial. Nixed it. Completely got rid of that. And I'm sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the fact that everyone is clamoring to get on Starfield. Meanwhile, over on the PlayStation side, things are looking about the same. PlayStation plans on raising their price of their PlayStation Plus service across all tiers, ranging from an additional $20 for the lowest tier to a whopping $40 for the highest tier. As written in the PlayStation blog, the price adjustment will enable us to continue bringing high-quality games and value-added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription service, which, to be perfectly honest, is corporate speak for this is what happens when you don't want to play with us. Meanwhile, Nintendo is just sitting there feeling fine. Feeling fine. Next up on the docket, Meta has legs. Finally, the promise of the metaverse has come true. Legs are working inside the depressing ghost town that is Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse. Naturally, it comes with a couple caveats. It can only be seen in the Horizon Home only viewable from the third person, so 90s first-person shooter style. If you look down, they're not there, and it can't show you crouching or jumping. But still, they promised legs, and they finally delivered. Now they just have to make it fun, profitable, and useful. So great going. Good start, guys. Next up, Beyond Good and Evil getting a remaster. The ESRB filing has revealed that Ubisoft is planning a 20th anniversary remaster of Beyond Good and Evil. A screenshot made the rounds on Twitter, or X if you want to be picky about it, showing a description that reads as an action-adventure game in which players assume the role of a reporter accompanied by a pig-like companion investigating conspiracy on the planet of Hillis, which is either a Beyond Good and Evil or a real poor representation of Heavy Rain. Following up, Cyberpunk is only getting one expansion. You can tell this is live, right? CD Projekt Red has announced that its upcoming Cyberpunk expansion, Phantom Liberty, will be the only expansion they will release. Apparently, this is due to the decision to move from their own in-house engine to the increasingly popular Unreal 5. I gotta say, this is crazy. This is almost unheard of for a AAA game to only release one DLC. Madness by my book. This is tied to a multi-year strategic partnership the developer made with Epic in order to develop the next Witcher game, as well as build out a remake of the original Witcher game from the ground up. After the expansion releases, a big part of Cyberpunk team is moving to The Witcher 4, while the rest will slowly move to the Cyberpunk sequel and a new IP over time as support for Phantom Liberty dies out. Normally, I feel like this is almost a lack of faith thing. A big game only getting one DLC and not much more follow-up, but honestly, I think it's smart. Let the game end on a high note, and with so much in the pipeline, CDPR is doing a whole lot better than many other companies. Next, Activision employs AI-powered chat moderation. Now, far be it from me to give Activision any sort of credit, but on Wednesday, Activision announced that it would introduce AI-powered voice moderation to the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Dream Drop Distance Birth by Sleep remix. The idea is to integrate a technology called TalkSmod, witty, to identify and take action against hate speech, bullying, harassment, and discrimination, which is great for everything except most teenage boys playing Call of Duty. Overall, honestly, this is a great, much-needed step, as a first-person shooter lobby is probably the only place I'm truly afraid of people half my age hurting my feelings. This one actually hurts me close to home here. Suikoden remaster is delayed. Konami announced this past week that the upcoming remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2 will be delayed to an unspecified release date. Boo! The game was announced in 2022 and set for a 2023 release date, but according to the developer, additional time is needed to ensure the quality, performance, and gameplay experience our users deserve. They want to spend time to get it as good as possible. We see what happens when people rush shit out the door. Can't get too mad at that. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Suikoden is an absolute trailblazer, a PlayStation-era RPG where each game has 108 characters, including the first to have a turtle pope, 2 playable hentai octopuses, and 18 unnecessary anime fighters with swords, so suck it, Smash. Next up, ADQ locks in-person event for January. If you're unfamiliar, speedrunning charity Awesome Games Done Quick is finally back with in-person this coming 2024. Dates are locked in for January 14th for 21st at the Wyndham Hotel and Resorts in Pittsburgh, PA. ADQ is an awesome event where players speedrun to support charities, and having the energy of a crowd back behind them once again, so that back behind these amazing speedrunners truly only helps hype up the event. Meanwhile, if you guys need a host or a hype man or general clown to hold a microphone and wisecrack from time to time, hit me up. Lastly, this one's a bit of a heartbreaker here. Embracer Group shuts down Volition. The developer behind Red Faction, Saints Row, Descent, and the one Punisher game no one actually remembers was shuttered by parent company Embracer this past week. Earlier in June, Embracer announced its restructuring plan in which they did confirm there would be studio closures. Volition hit a bit of a low recently with the rebooted Saints Row, not hitting as well as expected, but it's a long-standing company with 30 years of history behind it. So that sucks to hear about anything like that. And there's a big statement about there. I think people saw this coming, but it's still unfortunate to see. For those who have been unfamiliar, not following the situation, this is all part of Embracer's the Mortal Engines like swallowing of studios they've been doing since they also own Gearbox, Crystal Dynamics, Asmodee, Plaion, Saber, and THQ Nordic, which does not bode well for me ever getting Darksiders 4.
I have to finish the story.
And that is our news for the week, guys. Was that kind of short? Yes, it was. You know why? Because there are tons and tons and tons of Starfield news that have been going on this past week. It's been truly madness with everything happening there. So we're going to go ahead and prep for all that as we look to the stars in the next segment while I do some much needed cool off and get some water. Stick around, we'll be right back. Off a little bit. Deal with this New York heat that keeps coming upon us, that keeps moving on forward, guys. So, as mentioned before, we got some Starfield gameplay coming up later today in this show. But before that, we have plenty of Starfield news. This was Starfield Week, or if you were following IGN, Space Week, because that's what gets clicks. It's been nuts. It's been all over. The hype for this game is so real. And truthfully, things have just been nuts across the board. My entire feed is just covered with Starfield news. Here's the thing. By the time of filming, Starfield has already been in the hands of over 200,000 players on Steam, at least within the 24 hours of its early access release, probably many, many more at this point now, and it's considered a huge hit. Hell, I'm giving it its own segment because A, it's been in the news so much that this entire stream could just be about Starfield, and B, I want the clicks. So let's look up to the stars and back at the last week in a segment I am calling Stargazing. By August 29th, Starfield had already pushed out Steam's reigning king, Baldur's Gate 3, as the #1 game across the US, Australia, Switzerland, Norway, and more, despite not being nearly as horny. Seriously, this game makes Mass Effect look like Peggle. This came along as the hype and expectation of the game continues to increase far beyond what is actually realistic. This game can no longer be great. It has to be perfect. It is going to have to cure cancer, print money, and bring David Bowie back to life to match the community's expectations. That said, according to Kotaku this morning, a couple was saved from a deadly fire in their apartment building because they were up late playing this game. So it might be exceeding expectations after all. And truth is, Bethesda's only fueling the fire. Ugh, you can tell I wrote the script in piecemeal because that was really a poor choice of words just there, and I apologize. Apparently, Bethesda has released 1,001 unique ads all over the world. Dubbed the windows to the world, each one apparently is showing off various locales of Starfield's many planets. And fans are going ape shit for this. One guy already spent $10K posting paroles so we could play the game early. You don't think a bunch of nerds will also spend their life savings traveling the globe to find ads? Furthermore, Bethesda's head of publishing, Pete Hines, posted a fill-in-the-blank doctor's note for anyone who comes down with Starfield-itis. Symptoms may include Cheeto dust around the mouth, increased usage of Red Bull, and a strange smell due to not leaving your gamer chair for 3 days. At the same time, director, executive producer, and Sean Penn's stunt double Todd Howard taking a huge victory lap right now. In a recent post on Reddit, he went on to personally thank the Starfield subreddit for their support and dedication, claiming the fan base to be gaming's smartest fans. These, of course, are the same fans that freaked out over in-game boundaries or are losing their shit at IGN for another 7 out of 10 review. If you don't share the same opinion, relax, that's fine. That said, the game really seems to be what we expected. Skyrim in space, and that comes with all the trappings of being Skyrim in space. The reviews seem to average to about a B+ or A-. Not perfect, but like an 89 on Metacritic, that's still pretty good. And it doesn't really get good until you can say fuck to the story and leave the main campaign. And of course, there are arrow in the knee jokes. It's also a really big game. Like huge. Like so huge it's filled with bugs like Skyrim and Fallout before it. Does it deserve to get docked for that? Yes. Yes, it does. You get too ambitious and the game freaks out, then you've made the decision to go harder than you have the technology to do. That's on you. You deserve to get docked points for that. Is it part of Bethesda's charm? Absolutely. Like Pete Hines even said so in a statement, claiming, of course there are bugs, but does it take away from your experience? Or do you have consistent, fun game that you can't stop playing and experimenting with? We embrace chaos. We could make a safer, less buggy, less risky game if we wanted to, but what we try to lean into is player freedom. And honestly, if that's the case, take the hit, Pete. Good for you. It's like adding 3 exclamation marks to a school paper. Like, sure, you'll get docked for grammar, but chances are it'll achieve exactly what you're trying to convey. Plus, we're all here to try and break it. Video game writer, journalist, streamer, boxer, and dream guest for the show, Alana Pierce, seriously, can someone help make this happen, tested the limits when she set out to fly to Pluto the hard way a la No Man's Sky. She ran it overnight, took 7 hours, and did it work? Technically. Apparently, instead of landing on the surface, she passed through the 2D image of Pluto. Not super exciting, but she did it, so it's possible. And according to Todd Howard, it would be a lot of work to make that segue from space planet to planet surface happen, and it would be for very little reward. Sure, we would all do it once to see what happens and check it out, but then we would just fast travel anyway because otherwise Starfield would just be an overly expensive screensaver. So the next couple of weeks I'm going to have to sift through Starfield puff pieces about best ship layouts or how the lockpicking game works while aggregating the news for the show. Seriously, guys, I'm one man. Throw me a fucking bone. Because whether you think Starfield truly took off into the atmosphere or crash landed in the ocean, it's going to be here to stay for quite some time. And with if Elder Scrolls 6 announced this week to be in early development, we can absolutely look forward to this dance all over again. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be a rough couple of weeks if you are not a Starfield fan. However, if you are a Starfield fan, there's plenty to keep you entertained, including at the end of the show tonight. We're going to be playing a little bit of Starfield myself. If you haven't got a chance to check it out yet, if you haven't got to play around, or if you just want to see me fumble my way through the controls, spoiler alert, I will absolutely be fumbling my way through the controls, then I absolutely stick around. We've got some great stuff happening for you here. But first, before we get into any of that, we have the Super Mario Bros. Nintendo Direct coming live with reactions straight from the trailer park. Guys, stick around. We will be right back. Here's the honest truth. If we had sponsors, those slots would be perfect for ad breaks. And so you can't really get mad at it because you want to try to set up. You set yourself up for success, and success comes your way. Guys, welcome back to the Kaiju Lounge, your home for humor. Ooh, that was rude. I apologize. Your home for humor and rumors, to be honest, opinions and nerd shit. I'm your boss monster, Noah Waterman. We've been talking Skyrim. Now I'm saying it. Skyrim in space. We've been talking Starfield. We've been talking about last week in the gaming news. Of course, the biggest thing I think to happen that's not related to Bethesda or Microsoft in any single way is, of course, the release of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Direct. I don't know if anyone got to catch this, if anyone got to take a look at this, but I won't lie, I am stoked. I am excited. I am a sucker for a good side-scroller. I'm also a sucker for a good Mario game in general. Even the worst Mario games are still good video games. And that includes Sunshine. Sunshine is a fucking gem. Fight me. So, of course, normally I would have this segment for the trailer park. We'd go over all the various trailers that were released this past week. But nothing truly compares to the enormity that was the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to watch that together. If you're hanging out, you're watching, get in the chat. Let me know what you think as we're watching here. I'm pretty stoked. And without further ado, here we go. Apologies for that, guys.
Welcome to the Flower Kingdom.
But we're in the Flower Kingdom.
Land just beyond the Mushroom Kingdom.
Absolutely beautiful. You know, I've always been a fan of the various Mario designs for new characters, but these like new pseudo toads, I'm not feeling nearly as much. With his powers combined, he becomes Andross. I would actually play a Mario Star Fox crossover here. Oof. That is spooky. Oh, it's actually much bigger than I thought. Holy shit. Oh, don't go in the house. Never go in the house. It's real, like, heavy metal Bowser. All right.
Chaos spread across the land.
Chaos reigns.
Now, it's up to Mario and friends to stop Bowser and save.
There we go. I like the look of this. I like the look of the... What's the deal with Nabbit? Like, is he just like part of the group now? He still hasn't made it into any of the Mario Party games.
2D side-scrolling adventure, the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Game.
This is great. This game looks bonkers. I'm excited to see go back to original world map stuff. I think the world map stuff's a lot of fun. Petal Isles. I want to pay somebody to make a legitimate map of all the various worlds of the Mushroom Kingdom, like how they all connect, and not just what they did in like the Mario movie, but like really get into it.
You'll be aiming for new heights in Fluff Puff Peaks.
That one's got a Fluff Puff Peak, but that was college.
And radiant cascades of shining falls.
That looks like that iPhone game Monument.
Traverse multiple islands. Dive into the sea. And spelunk through caves at the heart of the Flower Kingdom, the Petal Isles.
And play some obnoxious ass ice levels.
With white sand as far as the eye can see. An uncanny forest lined with
that's a different look.
A scorching hot world full of molten magma. And more.
Magma.
A rich variety of courses await in each
and more.
world.
They just show more magma.
Move around the map in each world to select a course.
Like they're like, so far this looks pretty great. This I dig.
You find. In these spaces, if you're not quite ready to take on a particular course, you can try a different one instead.
I'm not sure why this is like... I like this idea in theory, but I don't know why jump in and out of it. Why not just kind of have it in sections? Or just keep the line and let, like, have, like, entry points you can kind of move directly from.
You might notice some talking flowers. Get close and... onward and upward.
So I learned that you can mute these in the game. And thank fucking God. I feel like it's going to be cute twice, and that can be the most obnoxious thing to hear it over and over again. Especially, you're going to like accidentally walk back and forth, they're just going to repeat themselves. Here we go.
Besides Mario, you can
Is this the
also
first
play
time
as
Daisy's playable in a side scroller?
Daisy. One of two toads.
I like that
and
choice.
Toadette. They all play the same, so go with your favorite.
Oh,
or
that's-
mix it up.
I guess that's fine.
The
I would love this
Yoshis
more
and
variety.
Nabbit, on the other hand, won't take damage. They're a great
So, like,
choice if you're
Nabbit's a
looking for
good
more
guy?
easygoing experience.
Like, Nabbit's a hero?
Although they'll still lose a life if they fall
Maybe
down
I'm
a
missing
pit,
something.
So watch your step. Additionally,
Like, I didn't
Yoshis can
play-
flutter jump,
I
eat
think he was in,
objects, and
like,
spit them back at enemies.
Super Luigi Bros, so...
Speaking of enemies, here are some of the new ones you'll find. Hoppycats will copy the player and jump
Oh, that's
when you
fun.
jump. Melon piranha plants will spit seeds from their mouths.
I look forward to
Condarts will fly
getting...
at you and stick their beaks where they don't
Condarts,
belong.
okay. These
When
are all
cons
cute.
attack,
I really dig
they'll
these.
even plow through goo.
Those could just be thwomps.
Mumsies can be unraveled.
Those would be
if you
thwomps, and you'd
position
save yourself an
just
asset.
right. Mom-Mas will eat anything that comes too close
Those
to their
are
gaping
cute.
mouths. There are plenty more new enemies for you to discover as
I
well.
expect awful DeviantArt fan art of like the giant
Goombas.
Koopa they just showed.
Koopa Troopas, Boos,
Yeah.
Locky-Toos, and other
Locky-Toos?
familiar foes are also here.
Is it Locky-Toos and not Lakitu? Is it a soft A, not a hard A?
Next, let's look at the new power-ups.
I feel like my
you can
mind's blown.
find. In elephant form, make the most of your nose
Yes,
and
that, see,
size.
that's true.
Swing your trunk to attack enemies. Destroy blocks.
Mario's finally getting in on the
Even
furry
do
game
this.
for sure. Like this is really it.
In this form, you can easily break through
Are there
blocks
elephant
and
personas
dash across large gaps.
in the
See?
community?
If you store water in your trunk and spray it out, who knows what might happen?
Thank you. That trunk sure is
I-
useful, huh?
It's not just Mario though.
There's gonna
Luigi,
be.
the Toads,
I'm excited for like
Peach,
sexy
Daisy,
Princess
and
Peach
Toadette all have elephant forms as well.
elephant cosplay at the next
bubble
Comic-Con.
form allows you to blow light,
People are going to be
floating
into that,
bubbles.
and it's going to be a thing,
They can be used
and you
to
can't
capture
avoid
and
it.
defeat enemies from a
It's going to be there. It's
distance.
going to be on DeviantArt. It's going to be
They'll also
everywhere.
drift toward nearby foes. You can take care of enemies surrounding you in
I feel like
one
Bubble
go.
Bobble wants their gimmick
Defeat
back.
typically impervious foes and knock out baddies on the other side of walls. You can even jump
That's
off them.
fun.
Like
I like Princess
platforms.
Peach's outfit. Like, doesn't change.
Bubbles make it a bit easier to get to those hard to reach places. Just like
Okay,
that.
so that's going to be.
While in drill form, you'll get a pretty
And yeah,
nifty
drill looks good.
This makes dealing with spiky or
Dig
hard-headed
this.
enemies a breeze. Or you can use it to drill down.
It also just seems like you
It
could like.
also allows you to burrow.
Yeah, this makes you
and
think like you
move
could
to
just
the
skip
ground.
through large
In a
swaths
tough
of a
spot,
level.
Dig away.
I guess that's by
You
design.
can even burrow into the ceiling.
And this is the thing, is like the thing you have to remember with the Mario game is it's not just about the gimmick of the hat itself,
the
but
classic
the way
fire
they
form
work it
makes a
into
return.
the level design. That's where it's going to get
Oh,
interesting.
and
That's
you
where it's
can
going to be a
hang
lot
on
of
to an extra
fun.
power-up. In a pinch,
Yes.
bust out a power-up.
I'm in the way here.
Or swap it
Yeah,
to benefit
that's
the situation.
great. Just like I used to be in the Super Nintendo version. I really dig that, actually.
This
And
is
here's
a
the money
wonder flower,
shot.
a plant that grows in the flower kingdom. It's said they thrive off
Yeah.
this world's mysterious power and release it when in bloom. That's the power
This is it.
Bowser was
This is it.
after.
This is the big one. Because this is
When you
the
touch a
make
wonder
shit go
flower in a
crazy.
course, a wonder effect will trigger, causing some
It's also bananas.
interesting
It was
changes.
literally right there under the nose the entire
Pipes
time.
might start moving.
They couldn't just make it a wonder shroom.
A stampede of enemies can appear.
Like, do you think someone
The
pitched the
terrain
idea of
may
maybe it's a
tilt.
mushroom that does it, and they're like, that's,
You could end up in
you
a
know,
free
maybe we
fall.
can't get away with that.
Bubbles might bubble up.
Right.
Your perspective can change.
This is like from Yoshi's
you might
Island,
float through
Touch
space.
Fuzzy Get Dizzy.
There
It's
are
like
even
Touch Fuzzy Get
wonders where
Dizzy
your
of the
character
game.
transforms.
Like,
Mario might become a Goomba?
what a wild. Like, the truth is, actually, this is what I was hoping the elephant thing was. The elephant thing wasn't just a power-up, it was one of the many insane Wonder Flower things.
Collect a Wonder Seed, and the
I hope it's in
course
every
will
level.
return to normal. Some
I assume it
courses
is,
need
but I'm
to be
hoping it's every
unlocked
level.
Using the Wonder Seeds you've collected. You'll also earn
Guys,
a Wonder Seed as
I don't
thanks
think
for
people
the
understand
power
how
when you
crazy it is
clear
that
a
this year we are getting Space Rim, Mario Wonder, Mortal Kombat 1. We're getting this slew
As your
of amazing
adventure
games.
progresses, you'll unlock
We're
in-game
really hitting like a
badges that change
banner
up the way
year
you play when
fighting
equipped.
games for side
There are a
scrollers.
variety of badges, each
I'd
with
say
its own
Metroidvanias,
special
but
ability.
we're probably
Let's
never
go
getting
over some of
Hollow
them.
Knight. So
Slow your fall with the parachute cap badge.
yeah, so the badge thing is interesting to me
Enhance your wall jumping abilities with the wall climb jump
because I'm
badge.
assuming there's not going to be things that like you
Unleash
need to
a
do
burst
that
of
to
speed
get
while
something.
underwater by
But
equipping the dolphin kick badge. You can also
love
bring
this all
underwater
these various
blocks.
things that really change.
Charge
It's the
up a
stuff you can
bounding
do
leap
when
with
you're
the
not
crouching high jump badge.
sprite based anymore.
Shoot vines in midair and stick to walls with the grappling vine badge.
This is great.
Recover from dangerous drops instantly with the safety bounce badge. Easily
Oh,
find
that's nice.
important items using the sensor badge.
Interesting.
Draw in nearby moolah with the coin magnet badge.
I also like this because as like a
Invisible to your enemies
completionist,
and yourself with the
as soon as going to want to
invisibility
100% this game, having these things allow me to go back and like, okay, well, I missed this. I can't find this one thing. Let me use the Finder badge.
There are many more badges with different abilities, from the convenient to the unconventional. Only one badge can be equipped per course.
This is great.
Equip them from the world map or when starting
It
a
just
course.
makes you like play the
Or if
game
you don't
differently
make
every
it through,
time.
grab a different badge and try again.
I hope they're challenge badges. If they're
Some
challenge
badges can be
badges,
earned
I'd be
by
all
clearing
in
special
too.
Badge challenge courses.
Go for it.
Okay, well, I guess those are the
While
challenge
others
courses,
can be
but
purchased from Poplin shops on the world map.
I'm thinking more like,
Be sure to exchange
you know,
flower coins you collect
badges
in
that make the
courses for
level
badges.
harder, not easier. Here we go, multiplayer, baby. I am
Up to
all in
4
on
people
this.
Can play locally on the same Nintendo Switch system.
Yes.
Pick your favorite character and jump into the adventure together. If a
This is
player
great. Now I can have my
defeated
wife
in co-op,
play
their
one level with
character
me
will
and then
float around
decide,
the
no, it's not
course
for her.
as it
But I'm still
goes.
very excited.
If another player reaches them before time runs out, they'll jump right back into action. Your group won't lose a life either. And just so you know,
I feel like
if
Mario's
someone is
a
playing as
lot
Yoshi,
like
you can jump on their back
Apple.
and ride them around the
They're
course,
not afraid
even
to
if you're
steal an
also
idea
playing as
from
a
somewhere
Yoshi.
else. Like,
Or if
that's
you're an
absolutely a Cuphead thing with the ghost thing. And, like, it's smart. Yes. Be shameless. Be
If you
shameless,
connect
Nintendo.
online, you might see other players on the world map and in courses.
That's insane.
These are people from around the world enjoying the game in real time, appearing as live player shadows.
That's
Just
so
like in local
interesting.
co-op, if you're defeated, you can come back to life by bumping into a live player shadow.
I think I stopped paying attention before
Players can send greetings
at that part, but that's really, that
and
part's
share
really
in-game
interesting.
items. Even though you won't be playing together directly, you'll get to experience a subtle connection with other players online as
That's-
you enjoy this new adventure together.
Now, I'm not a big online player person. I don't like playing with
You
other
can also
people
place a
because I'm
standee in the
antisocial and
course.
afraid of screwing up. But,
Standees
like,
can be
I
live
love
ghosts,
that too.
So place them in not so easy areas and help your fellow players. You
That's
can
just
purchase standee
cute.
surprises from the
I love
Poplin
this idea that
shops to
we're
add
all in
more
this
to your
together kind of
collection.
thing.
You never know which standee you'll get. When you come into contact with an online player or their standee, you'll see their username and heart points. These
Heart
points
points.
show how much they've helped other players on their adventure. Reviving ghosts, gifting items,
So that means you can probably see a ghost in
reaching
someone
the
else's
goal pole
game,
together, and more will
so you
earn
can
heart
actively help
points.
people to get heart points. So there are gonna be people who are like fighting and racing each
While
other
playing
to
online,
do the heart
you
points
also
thing.
have the option of creating a room to get together with friends.
That'd be interesting.
In a shared room, you can see which courses your friends are playing, enter courses together, and even race through certain courses. Start a race by hitting the race block.
You know, as a white person, I try to never play the race
Then
block.
make a run for it. Reaching the goal pole isn't the only way to finish a race, though. In some courses, you'll need to grab a Wonder Seed or defeat
a boss.
instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Whether
like
you're casually
scary
connecting with
baby
players
Bowser.
from around the world or syncing up with friends for riveting races, you can enhance your experience with online
Ooh,
play.
jeez, that's a lot of screaming. I know Charles Martinet's not Mario in this, but I would love to find a flower that uses Martinet's voice. That'd be pretty great. Yeah, look at this. It's beautiful, it's colorful, it's fun, it looks hard. Like, God. My only complaint is they're putting all the effort in this that we're never going to get a Donkey Kong like this again, because the Donkey Kong series are also
When
really
Super
freaking
Mario
good.
Brothers Wonder launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Oh,
October 20th.
shit.
Plus, a new Nintendo
That means
Switch
Spider-Man's
OLED
out the
model,
same day
Mario
as
Red
Mario
Edition is also
Wonder.
on the way. If you look closely, you'll
That's
find
cool.
Mario and some hidden coins.
Can you just sell the dock separately?
Nintendo Switch OLED model
I
Mario
just want the Red Edition dock. That dock is dope. So bright. Oh, it's replaying again. We're not going to do that. That was, yeah, what a wild thing. So a lot there. Already, if it was just, truly, if it was just a good Mario game, Dainu, it would be enough, right? If it was just the gameplay and the madness of Mario. I am notoriously anti-online gaming. I don't play Fortnite. I try to avoid it. Even with my own friends, I barely get around to doing it, not because I don't want to, but just because I'm lazy. But this sort of like playing without actually playing with other people aspect, kind of like Elden Ring. I end up really getting behind it in Elden Ring too. So right now we're seeing that Mario is stealing from Elden Ring. It's stealing from Cuphead. It's stealing from the Beatles' trippy drug-filled era of music. It's doing a lot here, and I think it's really, really excited. And of course, the special edition Mario Switch that I don't need to buy. I don't need an OLED. I just spent money replacing the battery in my current Switch. But had I fucking known, I would have just waited for the Mario Switch. It's all pointless because we are maybe kind of sort of getting a Switch Pro in the far away future, possibly sort of. Who the fuck knows? It's insane. But Mario Wonder looks great. I think my only complaint about the game is it is releasing on the same day as Spider-Man 2. Meaning I'm going to have to pick. And normally it'd be like Mario for sure, 100% Mario. But truthfully, Spider-Man 2 is just so good. So good. Oh, I don't know if Spider-Man 2 is good. Spider-Man and Miles Morales were both really good. And like, there's not a lot of great stuff for my PlayStation. I would love to beef that library up with something actually worthwhile. So yeah. Good stuff. Like I said, gonna be a good year for Mario. So guys, before we go ahead, it's going to be a good year for Mario. How's it going to be for his long-standing rival, his opponent, the jelly to his peanut butter? That's not right. I don't know, the mayo to his peanut butter. We're the opposites here, guys. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Sonic and the hatred towards pixel art that his creator may be having. And then after that, of course, we've got Skyrim playthrough to get into. I keep saying Skyrim. We're talking Starfield. We're going to be playing some Starfield, but first we've got Sonic. But before we even get into the Sonic rant and rave, guys, I gotta cool off. I gotta get my ish together. So I'm gonna go ahead, take another little break, refuel, refresh. And when I come back, we're talking Sonic, baby. Let's go. Yeah. All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the Kaiju Lounge with your Boss Monster Noah Waterman, your home for humor, opinions, and nerd shit. A lot of stuff had been in the news, of course, as I've mentioned. We talked about Starfield news. We talked about the Mario trailer. We talked about things happening with Activision, with Volition. Of course, I don't think anything was more... like hotly contested. Anything started getting the ire of the gaming community, especially the elder statesman gamers like myself, than some comments made by the Sonic team over at Sega. Let's get into this a little bit for a little context here. Later this year, a fresh take on Sonic the Hedgehog will be taken in the form of Sonic Superstars. Closer in spirit to the original 16-bit games or Sonic Mania than the recent Sonic Frontiers, early previews and impressions of the new game have been fairly positive. The past week, discussion about the game came to the forefront as lead producer Takashi Iizuka spoke to Games Radar about the series moving between 2D and 3D, saying the Sonic franchise always needs a modern 3D game and a classic 2D entry. However, what really got people going was the mention that the evolution of Sonic games means a move away from the original's pixel art style. As he stated, we look at the pixel art, it's great, but when we think about 10 to 20 years in the future, we don't think it's going to be a viable art style or presentation for our players. And in order to advance and really step things up, we did want to make sure that we were presenting something that 10 to 20 years down the road, we're still evolving and creating new content for. Now, is it going to be a rant? Is this going to be a rave? Honestly, it's somewhere in between. Let's get into it. Look, saying Sonic has a brand identity is a bit of a misnomer. One game he's running through a colorful cartoony world. The next, he's outrunning tanks in San Francisco. He's been a werewolf, a knight, fought a cartoonishly shaped human, then fell in love with a realistic human. He's acted as a caretaker for adorable chibi creatures and fought a giant eldritch space monster. And that's honestly in the same fucking game. At this point, the only things I expect out of a Sonic is to be fast, have at least one banger of a theme song, and be a gateway drug for furry conventions. Even Sonic Frontiers felt about as jarring as Mario standing next to normal humans. Look, say what you will about Mario, but there's a consistency in style and character, and when they break it, there's usually a bigger reason behind it. That said, I don't think Iizuka is wrong here. Pixel art isn't fully viable for a series as big as Sonic, at least not in the long term. It wasn't for Mario, which made the jump to 3D and never really looked back outside of some select handheld games. If Mario didn't change with the times, I'm not sure it would have held up. And part of this is because the 2D Mario games, as fun as they are still greatly overshadowed by the 3D AAA entries. In order for Sonic to be continued to be viewed as a top-tier franchise and continue to bring on new fans in a younger generation, it has to evolve. The problem is, Sonic's evolution has been less the evolution of man and more breeders playing God with the puggle. It has trouble breathing, and some of these games probably shouldn't exist. Sonic 3D games have never felt right and at best are fine. Look at any top 10 Sonic list and maybe Unleashed and Adventure 2 are on it. Otherwise, they are dominated by the originals, the originals, the Game Boy Advance games, and Mania. As a matter of fact, Mania might be the highest rated Sonic game to come out in the last couple of years. That was essentially a Sega-sanctioned fan game. And I think that's where Iizuka's first comments come from. He says Sonic always needs a modern 3D game and a classic 2D game, and that is true. Sonic needs a 3D game to even be considered a AAA tier character and not go the way so many mascots have done before. But Sonic needs a 2D game because those are the only ones they get right. They stopped trying to give a hedgehog guns or telekinetic powers or armor and a sword and just let it be a cartoony mascot. Sonic's cool factor has dated nearly every entry because cool is subjective to the era it's in. Sonic 2D must exist so that they can spend that money trying to get Sonic 3D right. Now, they're getting close with the game like Frontiers, but it still seems like they got some work. That said, to think pixel art isn't a viable option in general is a huge mistake. I don't think that's what Izuku's saying, but it's how a lot of people are taking the comment. Pixel art is incredibly versatile and timeless. Look at some great games like Eastward, Blasphemous, or TMNT Shredder's Revenge. These have all been able to employ pixel art without feeling lost in time. It's pretty safe to say pixel art is a style like hand-drawn animation is a style. I apologize. I truly hope I've not been muted this entire time. I will return and take a look at that. And maybe just cut this whole thing out. That would be unfortunate. All right, guys, stick around. We've got more happening, including playing Starfield. Talk to you all soon. All right, guys, we are in with Starfield. It's here. It's happening. I want to make sure. Make sure we're in this together. There we go. All right. I don't know if anyone else got a chance to really play and dive into this game yet. I've been very happy and excited to play a little bit of Starfield. I think there's a lot of upside to this game. I think it's pretty great. That said, I feel like it's been very convoluted getting into it. I think a lot of these kind of Bethesda games are, but Skyrim specifically has like, it has some barriers. It doesn't really hold your hand very well, and I kind of wish it did. But that's nitpicky for what I hear is otherwise gets really good. So we're gonna get in. Where I'm at in this right now. Let's install the spacesuit. Oh, there's a, okay. I didn't even know there's a spacesuit workbench. So where am I? I have done the tutorial mission. I was actually able to talk my way out of a final battle with the pirates. Landed at New Atlantis. And I'm now and I've sided with Constellation. I've got I'm more blanking on her name, the woman alongside me, and we now have a little mission to start heading over to this other area here. I'm not remembering names because I played 2 days ago, but we'll go over that in a second. But yeah, I think basically I came back after seeing quite almost literally seeing stars, and now I'm looking for the next of these artifacts. So let's get to it. I think we're done loading. And those of you who are watching, I need to change my cam on this. It's nice to be able to do stuff like little nut stuff like that, but I will absolutely try to work on getting the cam a little bit smaller or done in a way so I'm not blocking as much of the game. I'm also seeing that my Get a coding overload. Okay, yeah, that's probably from the loading. It might be a little choppy. Oh no, it might. My OBS maybe having trouble playing both. I did a test before and it was fine. Yeah. How choppy is that for you? Is that too choppy, guys? I'm going to see. This might be a little on the choppy side. I'm going to see if there's any way I can... probably not while streaming. We're going to go to... How's that? It still feels a little choppy. I'm using the fastest encoding preset I can right now. I think it's the video settings of the game, so I'm going to... Oh, it's losing like... Yeah. Oh, there we go. See, that is much smoother on our stream. Beautiful. Okay. So, what mission do I have active right now? The tree grows. Let's look at these biosensors. We're going to do the biosensor stuff first, just as a nice little warm-up. What's our closest one over here? I'm also, guys, I'm going to drop Gimmick a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I don't like dropping the glasses, but it was a little hard to see. Oh, nope. Nope, I did not want my gun out. How did I put my gun away? Maybe it's for the best. Maybe I keep the gun out, just in case. Meant to run. There we go. That's one biosensor. Just don't notice my gun's out. Thank you. Where is... They can't be that far, right? Is it cool and walk on the grass? Does anyone care? Is that a hard, fast rule here? Alright, now we're getting chopped. There we go. Right, get back into the controls a little bit here. That looks like suicide. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so the two are just kind of a little bit of a ways away there. Hup, 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 hup. My mic's still on now, right? That's good. Oh, God, I'm not gonna lie, guys. A little embarrassed that during my Sonic rant, the volume might have gone out. I hope it wasn't the entire time. Oh, really? Oh, at least both are. So both of them are probably that far away. Okay, that's not bad. Bit of a residential district? I don't think I've seen that yet. Ooh, ooh. Discovered. Yeah, I'll take it. All right. And then back to the car. The last one. I will say I did run into a heat leech playing this game. That was quite the unpleasant experience. Don't ever want to do one of those again. Here we go. Oh, I'm still a little choppy, guys. All right, I have to figure out what the it feels a little crazy. This is a pretty good computer. Just two guys with guns chilling right there.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
Was it? Why? Who was he? I wasn't even talking to anybody.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too?
Oh, I'm probably getting an echo. Okay.
I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
It's real if you see something, say something.
Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
All right. Great job, ma'am. Yeah, we're going down this way. Running to find the biomarkers. Has it not been a quiet day? I feel like not a lot has happened. Place seems pretty safe. Heading over to the biomarker. Another loading screen. That's cute. Okay, I love that. That is adorable. John.
With a smile. That's the UC way.
Johann Baptiste?
Due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods.
Start a new conversation. Up.
Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints.
Oh, but it deserves more than a 7 out of 10. It's been pretty buggy already.
I've been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him.
That's cute.
That so? Must mean something to you if you came looking for it.
Here we go, yeah.
You can have it back for what I paid for it. Plus,
Oh,
a
god
little
damn.
extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
You paid a kid, right?
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room.
Oh, boo.
Back there, then back out here.
You jerk.
You're the one who said it was junk. If that's true, why bother coming back for it at all?
It's 100 credits. I got the money.
I hope we have what you need.
What do we got? I don't need that many. Jesus Christ. Is there a faster way to do this? Sorry. Oh, okay, okay, there we go. Got it. All right, then we'll go through the rest of these. It's not any better than my gun. I don't know what a lot of these extra things do yet, so I'm not going to really worry about those. Same thing. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Barrel, reflex sight, muzzle brake. Smart gun. It's a rapid shot. Ooh, that looks fun too. Laser pistol. Alright, I'm not gonna start buying because I'm about to get so much shit for free by killing fools.
Right. Come back if you need something else.
Mr. Baptiste? God, that face is frightening. That man is scaring me a little bit.
Oh, that's not really my area. I don't have clearance for that just yet. You'll want to talk to Miss Sang about that.
Alright, then you're no use to me. We're heading back out. Deuces, guys. Let's check this out. Let's go ahead and deliver this stuff back to the scientists. Then we're going to get off this planet. We're going to get off this planet and see what else is happening. Just got to wait for it to load. A lot of black screen in this game. What's the fastest way to get there? Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of looks like a cross between Epcot and the Magic Kingdom. Oh. Am I running too much? Jeez, okay. We're gaining CO2. When full, you'll take damage instead. That's nuts. Alright. So we can't run too much.
Chief Diplomat Yassine runs a tight ship at the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
If it isn't my favorite almost a lab assistant.
Why is everyone's
What can I do for you?
audio so delayed?
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right. We'll just upload the data. Give it a moment.
Alright.
And just another moment.
More moments, bud.
It is working, isn't it?
You tell me. I'm not the scientist.
Relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's...
Oh my.
Oh my.
Help us out, Takei. What's going on?
Well, there's good news and bad news.
All right, bad news first.
Good news is that my suspicion
God
is
damn it.
there is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
Spare me the details. You can't honestly think I care.
Well, from a certain point of view. In an admittedly somewhat selfish manner. Bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing.
Uh-oh.
In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength.
I mean, as long as I don't have to fight it, I'm okay with it.
I've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must
Disastrous.
consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
I'll take it. And a level up skill point. Hell yeah, baby. Alright, so I built these out. Well, I gotta spend one more on social? I've really not been... melee weapons. Got okay, so stuff there. So I basically did almost all social, a little bit tech. So I'm going to stick with social because I actually enjoy the social aspect of these games a lot. Yeah. Science and gastronomy. Ba, ba, ba. Alright, I don't have that. I've not done any, not pickpocketed from anybody yet. Alright.
Let's hope that Mast takes these findings seriously.
We're going to come back to that. I want to do the actual mission. Here we go, yo. We're coming. I slow down so I don't apparently start huffing CO2. We're heading back to the ship, baby. Going to the one place that capitalism will not find me. Spies. Here we go. Still loading. I find I am as much of a chicken in this game as I am in so many other Bethesda games. Truly, there's an element of me that's just like constantly afraid of going to a dark room in a Bethesda game. Because I know someone's going to jump out at me. It's going to be something that's just slightly realistic enough to make me uncomfortable, like a heat leech. Here we
I've flown
go.
across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, And yet,
There.
I still get sick on the nat.
Okay. That's not my fault. That was funny.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it!
What?
Is it you? Is it really, really you?
What's with that voice?
Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars.
It's me, baby.
This day is truly blessed. Because for a moment, I wasn't sure if you were real or just another hallucination. But now that I know it's real, what are the odds?
I did one of the perks I picked were, I guess, perks. Features of it
But I changed my routine for one
was Adoring Fan.
Here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be.
Yes, get the guest star how many points.
I think that makes us roommates. By rule, we pretty much have to be best friends.
That's a lot.
Either way, it's such an honor.
That's all. That's a whole lot there.
Do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero. Of course you do. Lead the way.
Oh.
Good point. I'll start working on it right away, as soon as I learn how to sew. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. Do you have an academy where fans
It's still a weird choice for a voice, right?
If not, I can start one.
Fuck it.
You won't be disappointed.
Manage your crew, review and change their assignments between your ships and outposts. Yeah, confirm. Love that. This guy's not going to be a ton of use, but like, screw it. Okay, so now they're both just on my team now? Also, I like how this is like slowed down.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Are we the only ship here at this dock? That's kind of nuts, right?
Gotta be honest, I'm a little surprised every time this ship makes it back in one piece.
I've only arrived once. All right. Born back in the ship, baby. Let's do an actual mission now. Just gotta, you know.
Time to move on.
Do you think the documentary about your life will be made into a movie? And who do you think will play me?
He's a lot. Ooh, I want to do the research thing.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
Okay, do I just not have the right drinks? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I haven't even... Okay. Got it. So I need to start thinking about this as far as like what else do I have? Blocked. Got it. Okay. Again, I'm sure this is like just enlightening stuff. Yeah, see, there we go. Okay, so now I'm doing some research, but like I'm dropping stuff into here that I've picked up. I've got a ton of oh, I just can't work on that. Okay. Hell yeah. See, we're setting this up, setting myself up for success. I love that some things just like automatically fill. Can't do anything with those. Okay. Cool. That was great. I totally have not understood how that worked before, so now that I've done that, I feel a little better about it. We're taking off, baby. Going up to the sky. That's also like a theme that I'm gonna like hear like ba-da-da-da-da-da, like every time. Where we at? Where we going? Where we at? Where we going? Where we at? We're going.
Retro's firing. Orbit stabilized.
Here we go. Off the mission. Great. So we're heading to Seoul. Oh, right. Yeah, right. You have to move to Grav. I mean, that's still... I'm not crazy with this, like, divert power mechanic. But it's all cool to look at. It's fun to play. People are gonna like do mods for this shit. It's gonna be insane when they set up like flight systems and buttons and clicks that do everything for them.
You are entering United Colonies space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. You're cleared to land. Enjoy your stay at Sidonia.
Mars, where we're heading? Not a lot of resources. The fracking station. Mars Mech. Ooh, I would love to check that out. Mars launch pad. We're heading to Sidonia. Oh, gotta hold the button. Always gotta hold the button. Always gotta hold the button. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. It's very pretty to look at. It's very pretty to look at. I'm sure as I'm getting lost in like side missions, it becomes absolutely nuts. But I think I've spent half the time in my loading screens, and it's running medium specs. I maybe need to drop it down to the light. Just also thinking maybe I shouldn't have brought this nerd with me. So does he not have a name? That's a lot of fun.
Back in Sidonia. Ah.
I'm sorry, wouldn't that... Not crazy that I have to manually add the suit.
I cherish these visits to the forgotten corners of the United Colonies.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Until later.
All right, so am I getting damage or no? No music's playing because this thing keeps freaking out.
The Martian sky. Frankly, I'm a bit surprised to find such a delightful spot in this rather drab city.
This is kind of cool to see. I think they did a really good job with this. Oh, I see that it's chugging along on the stream still, guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is quite the bummer. I'm sorry that this stream has been so tough. We're gonna try dropping the settings down a little lower. Is that better? That's still a little trippy. That's coming along.
Leeches in the engine, leeches on the hull, multiple leeches in the grav drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So,
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
5 figures? 5? Fine. Do it.
Here we go. Heading down. Got it. So it's like an underground city. I dig it. I dig it. More loading. This game has spent a lot of time loading. Yeah. Here we go. Welcome to Sidonia. Alright, frozen. There we go.
Just because the governor's office is right out there on the main level doesn't mean it's not secure.
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled?
Careful near the railings on the upper levels. It's a long way down.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
Oh, I think she's up there. I think I passed it. Also, Sarah, you seem like you're a little... How do I say this? Privileged?
It's out of my hands. You can take it up with corporate. Sorry.
Come on,
you know, I
it.
believe we've got the best mining team ever assembled here.
Why? Okay. I just stopped in to say hi.
Maybe it's not too late to catch up.
Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose.
Yeah, good question.
Nothing to worry about.
Good question.
Cracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them. Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh?
Not too bad, aye.
Oh, come on, mate. It's perfectly safe. We're miles away, so all we get is a little jiggle now.
I do like him saying a little jiggle.
Go downstairs and you'll be fine.
There we go. Fixing that. Sorry, I just had to change something.
Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it.
Oh, that sounds like a labor problem.
We're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse of settled systems in the middle of nowhere. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately, unless help me out with a job off the books.
Oh, that's not good.
Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until I've got a plan. solving our little problem, though.
Is paying me off the books? It doesn't sound great.
I'm getting there. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some more. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Of course not. I'll pay you.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, this sounds like...
Even if corporate doesn't understand our... I'm willing to put in some sacrifices to help. That's just the kind of guy. But this... When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing.
Okay, well, I'll worry about that later. I need to deal with this thing.
I sure hope this hearing loss isn't permanent.
What's up, Jack? Start conversation. You don't want to just jump into the work stuff.
Everything. I make it a point not to sell crap. We got beer, wine, and spirits. We don't do too many fancy mixtures.
Jesus Christ. That is intense.
The only booze worth drinking doesn't need to be mixed with something else to taste good. He ain't been around. Went off on patrol.
Ooh.
Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but...
Oh, God damn it.
Not all that money. I got problems. What do you say? Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You gonna guilt trip me? Yeah, I get your point. Don't try to guilt trip me, okay?
Ah, damn it. There we go. There we go.
Alright, I'll give up. Just trying to earn a living here.
Yeah, well, that's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up.
Yelling about the lady of love. Just singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
Fair enough.
Got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
We'll make do.
Say anything? No. Mars is nothing like Earth. Heck, even Earth is nothing like what Earth used to be.
What are you talking to me about? I don't know you. Back off. Alright. There's so many missions I could be doing. I just kind of want to do an actual mission.
Be careful down near the mines and enter any active sites that you're over.
There we go. Oh, I gotta change back. There should be like an auto change if we're gonna go out. Like that's the thing. I just want to, like, I don't know, maybe it's silly, but like I don't want to be wearing the suit while I'm walking around town. Come on. Oh my god, the loading in this game. It didn't feel like this when I was playing on the Xbox. I think that's the problem. I just assumed my PC was stronger than this. There we go. See, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I just want it to be like on auto. That's the thing. It should be on auto. God, it is, even in like low settings, it's still a very pretty game. Going to Venus. Saving some trouble, going straight to Venus.
Let's get this crate into space.
Why am I not moving?
See that cluster of ships?
Oh.
Maroon zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent. The devourer of the unbelievers.
Okay. Okay.
I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a vanguard had flown by recently. No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random.
Great space cult.
Technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Faroon ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next. Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away.
Oh, jeez. All right. So just gotta move slowly. Got it.
Oh, great serpent, bless this communion that we may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. That he jumped from the soul system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he
I'm just gonna save scum real fast.
learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow.
This is still incredibly slow. Like, can I go faster, or is that going to draw attention? Oh boy. They're still being pretty slick right now. How far away are they? Three. But that's how I spin. Okay, that makes more sense. There we go. All right, figure that one out. Get a little further away from them, but a little closer to this thing. Maybe I'm being too cautious. I just turned my shield offline. Sneaking slowly. Sneaking slowly. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I know it's dumb, but like this is the shit I actually enjoy.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago.
Oh, great. So we're going to...
Crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
We're going to the moon? Ooh. Ooh. All right. So this has not been a very action-packed stream. And we're about to hit the 2-hour mark, and I don't really want to go any longer than 2 hours because it is a school night. I'm trying to keep the show somewhat consistent. So, for let's.
Nova Galactic Star Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. Keep your weapons ready. Never know who else might be scavenging there.
With allowing you to board them in your HUD and then fly close enough to it. Got it. Okay, cool. Cool, we got all that there. I think, unfortunately, I think I'd call it a night. It's a bummer. I wanted to play for a whole lot longer. So we're going to call that there. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for sticking with this. As I previously mentioned, I know that the... oh, let's get back into full gimmick here. There we go. Any glasses back on? Hell yeah. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Kaiju Lounge. This was an absolute blast, guys. A lot of stuff going on there. Some technical issues, right? Volume went out during Sonic. I had issues hearing audio for the gameplay stuff. Was it perfect? No. But this show isn't going to be. This show's a mess. This show's a hot mess. And that's great, because you know why? You don't just start being good. Before you can be good at something, you gotta suck at something. And I know this show's gonna be great. I think you know this show's gonna be great. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. We're gonna be doing this live show every Monday night live. With yours truly. You can go ahead and follow me on my socials, Boss Monster Kaiju, everywhere but Twitter, where it's Boss Monster Kaiju. We got stuff going up on the YouTube channel. All the VOD stuff will be on there, so you can watch that later. I will probably be on Twitch this Thursday. Probably play more Starfield at this point. I just got to figure out how the settings are to make sure I'm not running the same problem again. Because I've been enjoying the game. I know I'm playing a slow burn, but this will be more of an action pack. It'll be devoted just to playing the stream and getting around into that. But the stuff you want to see, if you have any suggestions, if there's anything you like or didn't like and you want to have change or ideas on how I can make the show better, I'd love to hear it. Drop them in the comments. Until next time, until next week, stay cool, stay hip, stay heavy. Good night, folks.